Hey guys, today I want to do a prediction show for the upcoming Knuckles Up event on January 25 in New Jersey, USA. So I'm going to start from the top and work my way down, and I'm going to start with the first match, the main event, which is Farid Uzmanov versus Jordan Sonev. So Farid, I believe he's been seen on stages like AMC, I believe at a beginning East versus West event, and as far as I remember, he's a top roller. Now Jordan Sonev is from Bulgaria, well-known Bulgarian puller, multiple-time world champion, and incredible hook puller. He's beat guys like Sandra Sedis, Matt Mask, like multiple guys. He just beat Marcio Barboza on the last Knuckles Up event. So I'm not sure how this match is going to go. Technically, I believe that Farid Uzmanov is a bigger man, and I think Jordan Sonev competes at 105 or 115, and Farid competes in the open class. So I will give the edge to him, but I believe if Jordan can set that hook at all, that will be devastating to how it goes. And then next we have Heidi Korner from Canada and Gabby Vasconcelos. So Gabby just came off of a loss from the world champion Barbora at King of the Table, and she looked very good. So those first two matches with her high side pressure hit, even though her wrist kicks back a little bit, she's able to keep her pronation engaged and just go through. So Heidi Korner is a decorated Canadian puller, and she's very tall. So to some extent, she has some of the statures and like ability with her arm length and everything to maybe set up to some extent like Barbora, but I don't believe that she is going to be as strong. And it is a best of five, not a best of seven. And so I give the edge to Gabby, even though I'm rooting for Heidi. I wish her the best. Like, if she can bring home the win, that'd be awesome. And then next we have Ron Bath versus Mario Timbakis. Ron Bath, legendary puller, has been pulling, I believe, over 40 years. He's been like the second to John Brzenk, the GOAT. So he's always was pulling off that second win. John was always just a little bit ahead of him. And so he's well known around the world as a very decorated arm wrestler. He can pull, hook, top roll, press, extreme side pressure he has, and it's like a never ending side pressure is from what I've heard. Mario Timbakis is a rising star from Australia. He is getting very good. We've seen him have some good wins against Jason Merlo, I believe Plamen Dimitrov as well. And so he's able to also just set up and come in with a game plan and execute. I'm not sure in what like exactly how good Ron is at the moment. I know he just had a match at Magda's event, AWC or Global Elite, whatever it's called. He lost to Peter, I believe the guy's name was. I think it was a left-handed match. This is right armed. I know Ron Bath, he's had some wins over the Australian Ryan Bowen, which is also on this card. And Ryan and Mario, I believe, are very close. Ryan's been sitting at number two. I'm not exactly sure where Mario's been sitting at in the ranks there in Australia, but he's been going over to the US a bunch and competing. So I am going to give the edge in strength wise to Mario, but the experience of Ron Bath might be able to pull off the win. So I'm going to say it's a 50-50 for myself. And then we have Don Underwood, Hollywood Don Underwood versus Richard Bornman. Hollywood Don Underwood has competed for many years. He was sitting, I believe, for a couple years, top five rankings in the world overall. So that is huge. That's experience. He was on Game of Arms, I believe, Arm Wars, bunch of these big promotions. And then there's Rieker Bornman, which is new and up and coming. He's coming from South Africa, but has been competing in Australia under AWE. They've been putting on great events, and he's been able to prove that he can beat some of the best. other than Lachlan Adair is contracted, but we see training footage with him. So I'm not sure where Don Underwood's sitting. He's currently coming back still after, I believe, some surgeries and some just dealing with life. And so he's still trying to reclimb to some of his best shape. And Rikard Bornman right now is looking incredible. With that hook and press, he can just really drive it inside. So I'm going to give the edge to Rikard. Don Underwood might be slightly quicker, but if Rikard can at all shut down that top roll, it's going to be over. Next, we have Jason Merlot versus Bogdan Stoica. So, Jason Merlot, the fine wine, he is like the key athlete 2 knuckles up. He's been having, I believe, been on all 4 events so far. This is his 5th event. He's had some wins, I believe most wins, only 1 loss. I forget to who that is. I think, I don't remember, he won over a Japanese puller, I believe, recently on the last one. And then there's Bogdan Stoica, where he just came off of a big win against Arsen at, I think that's Tim Talmadge's event. So I'm not sure where the standing is. I think Bogdan has got to be the favorite after seeing how he just shut down Arsen. And so I'm going to give him a 55% edge, and we'll see if Jason can at all go with that. We've seen Bogdan hook, top roll, press, and he seems like he's just really getting better and better as he progresses in arm wrestling. Next match is Ryan Bowen versus Tom Holland. Ryan Bowen, he is the name known of Australia. People think about Australian arm wrestling, they think about Ryan Bowen. And then there's Tom Holland from the UK. He is also a decorated puller. He's got tons of wins over very elite guys. We've seen him pull matches like Coach Ray. I forget some of the other matches. I know there's huge ones on Arm Wars. He's pulled Craig Tullier at the one East versus West. He lost, but Craig is a legend. Losing Tim, there's no shame in that. Ryan Bowen is cutting down. I believe this is at 85 kg or 86 kg, so like 189 I think is the weight. And he was, before that, Ryan was competing at like his best or biggest weight was like 108 kg, so closer to 220 pounds. So that's a huge cut that he's been coming through. So I'm not sure. Also, I know he sustained an injury this last year, 2024, mid to end of 2024, with his ulnar nerve, I believe. So it was just shutting down a lot of his able to create like a internal rotation of any sort or side pressure. And so he developed somewhat of a King's move. I don't know how that King's move will work for Tom. If Tom because Tom's has that crazy lever length. If Bowen goes to a King's move, I believe that Tom Holland would be able to sit at center, climb over the hand, and then really drive through. Kind of what we've seen Devin Laird do to Michael Todd in the past and other King's movers. So Tom Holland has that huge lever length, a decent size hand. We've seen extremely strong. He is coming in at this weight, so he doesn't have to cut or anything. Just flies across the pond essentially from UK to the States, and he's already sitting there. He can go drink a beer and just weigh in. And versus Ryan Bowen will be flying a lot longer from Australia to the States and coming in and having to cut. So I'm going to give the edge to Tom Holland. Even though Ryan is an extremely technical arm wrestler, maybe he can pull it off. And then we have Hyun Min Ji versus Paul Passmore. I believe Hyun Min Ji is from Japan. Let's see, I have it written down here somewheres. No, I don't have it written down where he's from. But he has, wherever it's from, he is a decorated arm wrestler from there as well. And then Paul Passmore, we've seen him have some incredible wins at the Challenger Series. He had a win against Ahmed, and that was just crazy the way I seen him able to shut down that Ahmed. Such a long levered guy, tall, and Paul Passmore got into that strap, was able to just set it and just come across and then drive through him. What a great win. I know he hasn't had a lot of big calls from big organizations since, but this is definitely going to put him on the map more again at Knuckles Up, and so that's huge. So I'm going to give the edge to Paul Passmore, but never know. I don't know Human as well, so I'm going to say it's a 60-40 match, Paul Passmore. Then we have Tatiane Faria, I believe she's from Brazil, versus Nadia Wilczynski. I'm not sure. I know both of them, I believe, competed at WAL. I'm not sure of the standings. I know Nadia Wilczynski, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly, she has competed at Knuckles Up prior. I believe she beat Danielle Evanson at Knuckles Up, a prior one, but I haven't seen her since or watched much of her. And Tatiane Faria, pardon me on the names, guys. She's from Brazil. I don't really know her, and so I'm going to be giving the edge to Nadia. It's going to be a 55-45. And then we have Toshiyuki Shushido versus Nick Stone. Nick Stone, an amazing American arm wrestler. Go check him out. He came off of a left-handed win recently over Mike Gould. Just dominated. Mike wasn't able to get anywhere, even into where it looked like he was strong. Nick just was able to drive through him, all hand control, just side pressure, everything. Was great. Toshiyuki Shushido, I believe he beat Matewarangi Hetamoris, which is he is also on this card. I'm pretty sure he was able to just shut him down in that King's move. I think Matewarangi maybe got the first win. I'm not sure, don't quote me. But then Toshiyuki Shushido just was able to shut him down after that and then come through him. This is going to be an incredible match. They are both top rollers as far as I know. And so we'll see. I am rooting for Nick Stone, so I'm going to say a 55-45. Nick Stone. Then we have Cody Wood versus Matthias Schlitt. Matthias Schlitt, I believe, known as the Hellboy. He's been to Worlds and stuff, so he is a quite high up there puller. He has an enormous hand, enormous forearm, kind of like Jeff Dave has both. Matthias Schlitt only has one. Cody Wood, I don't know so well. I know neither of these guys so well, but just thinking of having that extreme advantage on one hand, to me, it puts him as a favorite, automatic favorite. That's just crazy. I've seen some videos of him practicing in the past with guys like Dave Chafee and stuff. Incredible arm wrestler, incredible. So I am giving him the edge, a 55-45 for Matthias Schlitt. Then we have Yoshiko Arakawa versus Merlene. Merlene has had matches on Knuckles Up, and she also had a match recently against Carolina Pettersson, which she lost at Tim Talmadge's event, I believe. But she is an incredible puller. So I'm not sure about the other girl here. I know she is Japanese, but I have not seen a lot of footage. Don't know her. I know Merlene. I know Merlene is extremely technical. She's just getting back into the sport the last year or two. She is an incredible arm wrestler. So I'm also giving her the edge. I hope Merlene wins. Now we have Matewarangi Hetamoris versus BJ Fakakis. Matewarangi, he is from New Zealand. BJ Fakakis is from the States. I haven't seen BJ in a while. I have seen Matewarangi a couple times recently. He was at the last Knuckles Up. He was also at Magda's event, Global Elite, pulling left-handed. So he pulled left-handed, and I believe it was 2 weeks later, right-handed at Knuckles Up. Left-handed, he lost to Ryan Espy, and right-handed, I believe he lost to Toshiyuki Shushido. He's a very good arm wrestler. We've seen him on King of the Table, AWE, now Knuckles Up, Magda's event. He is an incredible arm wrestler, getting around there, promoting arm wrestling to New Zealand. He's a giant of a man, strong as ever. He's a top roll base puller, and he can King's move as well. So I'm not sure how this match is going to go. I know years ago BJ Fakakis had matches at Monster Factory, which I don't remember. I know it was against Paul Lynn, I believe, and one maybe against Don Underwood. I know Paul Lynn beat him. I don't remember about the other match. He is a top roll puller. I say this is a 50-50 match. We're going to have to watch it. Not so well versed with these two guys. 50-50 match. Now we have Ryan Espy versus Victor Munoz. Ryan Espy is the face of Canadian arm wrestling. He is the president of the CAWF. He is a very decorated arm wrestler. On worlds, he has world trophies as far as I know. He's been on WAL, Arm Wars, Magda's event, AWC, or the other one, Global Elite. And this guy has wins Arnold Classic in the past. Like, he is decorated. He knows the name of the game. He is like the name of the game because he's been, I believe, over 25 or 30 years. He is so well decorated. I don't see him losing around. From what I've seen, Vitor having issues with some of the guys at the prelim matches at King of the Table. That was recently in New Jersey, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And seeing Ryan Espy's form, how he just dominated Mate, and he says he's stronger, he's bigger. I can't see him losing. I'm hoping that Ryan Espy wins. I'm rooting for him. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned. More videos are to come.